The Gaceta de Manila published the story of Rizal's arrest, which produced indignant commotion among the Filipino people, particularly the members of the newly organized La Liga Filipina. The newspaper mentioned the reason why he was sent into exile. First, during his voluntary exile, he had published books and proclamation of every doubtful loyalty of Spain, which are not only frankly anti-Catholic, but impudently anti-friar, and introduced this into the archipelago. Second, a few hours after his arrival in the Philippines, there was found in one of the packages belonging to the said subject a bundle of handbills entitled Poor Friars, in which the patient and humble generosity of the Filipinos is satirized, and in which accusations are published against the customs of the religious orders. Third, his last book, Il Filibusterismo, was dedicated to the memory of three traitors to their country, Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora, but extolled by him as martyrs, while in the epigraph of the title page of the said book is the doctrine that because of the vices and errors of the Spanish administration, there is no other salvation for the Philippines than separation from other country. Fourth, he was also charged for seeking to de-Catholicize the Philippines. Rizal lived in exile in faraway Dapitan, a remote town in Mindanao which was under the missionary jurisdiction of the Jesuits from 1892 to 1896. This 4-year interregnum in his life was tediously unexciting but was abundantly fruitful with varied achievements. Rizal's trial and execution. On December 6, 1896, the trial of Dr. Jose Rizal by a Spanish military court for sedition, rebellion, and conspiracy began. This leads to his execution and martyrdom. Rizal's warm friend, Dr. Blumentritt, wrote him from Bohemia about an epidemic of yellow fever in Cuba and the pathetic lack of doctors to attend the sick. Rizal kept asking Governor General Blanco for permission to go to Cuba. When he least expected it, the notice came that he was to become a volunteer physician in Cuba Government Hospital. He was again a free man, and again he was to become a wanderer. Jose Rizal left Dapitan on the midnight of July 31, 1896. The Hispana arrived in the Manila Bay early morning of August 6, 1896. Unfortunately, Rizal did not catch the mail boat of Spain. On September 3, 1896, bearing letters of introduction from the Governor General to the Secretaries of War and Foreign Affairs in Spain, Jose Rizal departed for Barcelona on board the Isla de Panay. 15 days before his departure, the Katipunan was betrayed. On August 19, 1896, the Katipunan was discovered by Father Mariano Hill. Members and supposed members of the Katipunan were arrested and tortured until they revealed the names of other supposed members. At least there were 4,377 people arrested. Bonifacio himself and most of the leaders escaped to safe hiding places. When Isla de Panay departed for Spain reached Singapore, Pedro Birujas, a Filipino fellow passenger, and Captain Camus, an agent of Tabac Lara, tried to persuade Rizal to stop ashore and save his life, but Rizal gave around no for an answer. The special military court summoned Rizal to appear before them. When the Isla de Panay reached Suez, a cable awaited it ordering the immediate arrest of Jose Rizal and his return to Manila for trial. On November 3, 1896, Rizal, heavily guarded, reached Manila and was locked in Fort Santiago. His brother Paquiano was tortured with a screw which was twisted into his left hand, while a pen was thrust into his right hand to make him sign a statement that his brother Rizal had been connected with the Katipunan. Pacquiao would not sign. After fishing as much evidence as possible, on November 20, 1896, the prelim investigation on Rizal began. During the 5-day investigation, Rizal was informed of the charges against him before the judge, Advocate Colonel Francisco Olive. He was put into interrogation without the benefit of knowing who testified against him. Accordingly, the 3 crimes accused to him were rebellion, sedition, and illegal association. He was sentenced to be shot in musketry until death at 7 o'clock in the morning of December 30, 1896. By 6:30 a.m., Rizal marched to Bagumbayan. He in his black suit, black necktie, black hat, black shoes, and white vest. Rizal refused to be blindfolded and insisting to face his executioners. But this was denied. Rizal was willing to show that he was no traitor and that he is ready to die for his country. Now, what is the impact of Rizal's life and execution to the present governmental system in the Philippines? The life and execution of Jose Rizal has a big impact to the present governmental system in the Philippines, where people have the privilege to fight for their right, and most of all, free from colonizers. And we are now in a state of democratic place, where everyone's perspective are respected. That is all for today. I am Rodelina Tado, and thank you for watching.